everybody, it's Kelly with Kellyscards.ca, and I'm here to do another tutorial for a very different gift card holder. I made a couple of these and these are so cute. So it's like a little present and I've decorated it with a little bow, and I actually found this little ornament-y type thing at the dollar store and I thought, well, that would be fun to loop through there. And so I've just used a little Velcro to open it up. And once you open it up, you've got the sentiment and you've got an area for gift card or cash and then a place to write your message. So this is one that I did, and this is also another one I did. This one is a little snowflake and I've got a little snowflake brad there. And again, the present theme. And once you open it up, it's the same inside. These are so much fun to put together, so I'll show you in this tutorial how to do it. What you're going to do is you're going to cut a piece of paper that's 4 by 11. I suggest using 8.5 by 11 paper because you can make a lot more of them out of the paper than if you use 12 by 12. You'll actually waste quite a section of your 12 by 12 paper. And then you'll also need one that's 4 1/4 by 4. And there is some scoring. So I'll bring my scoring board in, and what you're going to do is you're going to score at 4, 5.5, and 7. And then on this piece, what you're going to want to do is to make sure it's at the 4, and this is the 4 1/4. You're going to score it right down the middle at 2. So that folds in half, and this becomes a little wider than this for the present top. So now we can remove our scoreboard here. And what I'm just going to do is I'm going to just crease these creases that we've made the score marks. Like that. Now for this section here, what I actually did is I took a square die and die cut the section here so it would be perfectly straight. You could use your paper trimmer, and that would also work, but I really like the die approach because it's 100% straight. So I just used this My Favorite Things pierced square die, and what I did was I just put it down about this far, and I'm just using a little washi tape to hold it, and I'm going to run this through my die cut machine and I'll be back. So I've die cut that, and once I pull this away, you can see it's nice and perfectly straight. I think this is really the best way to do it if you do have square dies, because you will be able to find one that will fit this perfectly. And now to close this up, I'm just going to bring in a little of my score tape, and I'm going to run it all along the inside part of the score line. So the score line's actually on the outside. I'm going to put it on the inside just to close this section off. I'm going to pull that off, and then I'm going to put this down, and I'm just going to really rub it with my bone folder to make sure it is nice and sealed there. And once you open it up, you've already got this portion made. It's pretty fast and pretty easy. So now we've got the little present part. So what you're going to want to do is flip this over so it's like this, and run some adhesive on the top part here. And then what I've just been doing is I've been going about from there to there, because this part's going to hang over this section, so we don't need adhesive at the very ends. And we will pull this off, and this section off here. And what we're going to do now is we're going to line this up so that this actually overhangs this, and you can kind of see. I'm just going to push this up into the top and then fold this over. And then once that's lined up, again, I'm going to use my bone folder just to make sure it is on there really good. And it looks good. So now comes this part. You can leave it as is, which it's very cute, or you can do what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to grab a punch, and I'm just going to punch like this, just to give it a little frill. And look how fun that looks now. That is great. If you find this a little bit bulky, what you can do is just take a smidge off the edge here. So I just grabbed my tonic trimmer And what I'm just going to do is I'm going to put this right in here to the edge and open this up and then just move it the slightest amount over so it's nice and straight. And this is really all I took off, but now it's going to close a lot nicer. So now I'm just going to, again, just make sure it's nice and sealed and nice and straight and crisp. And now we can start decorating this area. So for the inside, I'm going to stamp a sentiment. For the sentiment, I'm going to bring in my mini Misty. And for the stamp I'm going to use a big rubber stamp, so I won't need this piece here. So now that I've picked my stamps out, what I'm going to do is I have made already a few of these. These are 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and they're going to fit in here like this with the little border going all the way around. And I'm just going to attach this here with my magnetics. And so now that I've positioned them, I'm going to close the door of my mini Misty to pick these stamps up, and now I'm going to make sure that they are straight with the lines on the stamp, just like that. So now looks good. And now for the inking. So I've chosen a couple colors. I'm going to use these Memento colors because I have them and they will work really good for stamping the sentiment. And I'm going to have the bottom green and the Merry green and then the Christmas in red. So I'm going to stamp all the green first. And the beauty of using the mini Misty is, all right, so let's do this one more time. The first time I did it, I didn't realize my one stamp was upside down. It's kind of hard to tell with all the words, but now I'm going to do this one more time, and again getting the green on the Merry and the second sentiment down here. You could stamp this separately, but I find with these rubber stamps it's pretty easy to do it all at once. And I'm just going to stamp this down, and when I open it up I've got the multi-toned stamp. So now that's going to go on the inside of our gift card holder. I've already put adhesive on the back, so I'm just going to pull off the edges here. And you can either put it on the bottom part or the top part. I think I'm going to put it on the top part. It's just going to make it easier for someone to write on the bottom, and they won't have to write over all of this. So now I've got that in there. And for this bottom section, we're just going to put a plain one for someone to write something. And we'll put that in there nice and straight. And now our inside is mostly complete. Again, this little section here fits a gift card perfectly. So see, a gift card fits nice and perfect and nice and tight, and it's not going to fall out. It's a really great design. So that is the inside, and now we just have to decorate here and up here. For here, I've picked some doodlebug paper with the cute little trains, and again I have the adhesive already on just to make this go a little quicker. We're going to put this one on right nice and centered on that front, like that. And again, use my bone folder to just really help make it stick. And then we have this little section. So I've picked out, again, this is more doodlebug paper, which is going to match. This is going to need to be cut down to 1 1/4. Just take that little bit off. And now this is going to come in and fit perfectly. So I'm going to bring in my score tape just to make sure it is nice and adhered. Like that. And now when we put this on, this is really going to help pop the colors. So that's on there like so. Now that that's on there, I'm just going to rub it again with my bone folder, and look how cute this little present looks. For the bow, I have picked out some matching green. I had this bow maker made for me, and I have a video upcoming about this, but all it is really is a block of wood with some holes here, and then you can move the dowels for varying sizes, and this just helps to make a perfect bow every single time. So I'm going to bring in my ribbon here, and I am going to go over the top, and then I'm going under and through the pegs and around. And then when I tie this, I will have a really great bow. So what I'm going to do is just move the ribbon down to the bottom of the pegs and pull tight. And when I pull this off, I get this wonderful little bow. So now I'm just going to cut the ends. And I'll be able to bring this in here and to have this right there. I'm going to attach this little bow with some hot glue. So while that's warming up, I've picked out this little ornament, and I went to the dollar store and I found all these cute little ornaments, and I thought it would look really cute just hanging off of the present here. So when I bought these, they came with these little gold threads to thread them, but I'm finding that they're not long enough. I'm going to take some embroidery floss and pull it through there and then thread it through the top of the present. And here we just want to make sure that it is not too low and it hangs just right. Okay, it was a little tricky to tie it to here, but now that I've got it there, it is hanging pretty good. And the last little part is to add the bow and then to add the little piece of Velcro to help close the present. So I'm going to bring in some little Velcro adhesives, and then I'm just going to place the other piece of the Velcro on the same spot and push down and carefully take it off, and then I'll be really able to push it onto here. And now that is on there, things are looking really good. So just the last piece is the bow. One last thing is this back piece is straight, and we just want to cut it so it matches the front with that curve from the punch. And it's just pretty simple to go around there, and now you can kind of see the difference there from the straight piece to there. So I'm going to do this side as well, and I'm going to go right up to that section, and I'll be able to pull that out. And now there, that is complete. So again, we've got the sweet little bow up there, and I think it looks great on this red paper, and the little dangly ornament. The other thing I've been doing is, instead of the ornament, is I've been putting a tag that says to from. And once we open it up here, we've got our paper and our nice sentiment, our place for our gift card or money, and again, our place to write to the recipient. So I hope you enjoyed this little gift card tutorial. There's so many fun ways to get a gift card these days. I still have more ideas, so I'll probably film a few more tutorials on a couple different ways that you can also send gift cards. So I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please check out my website at Kellyscards.ca, and look forward for more videos coming on the way with gift cards, tips and hints, and hauls as well. I thank you so much for watching, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day.